Hello, happy day. My name is Jenna Poole. I am a clinical nutritionist of Jenna's Nourishing Life. Welcome to my channel. Here we talk about all things nutrition, education, and use some fun tools and descriptive methods to help you learn more about nutrition and how it impacts on your body. So today we're going to have a chat about your digestive system, and in particular your enzymes, your digestive enzymes and your hydrochloric acid, and how you burn through food. So we all know what a metabolism is, I suppose, in terms of how hungry we get, but what we don't know is that metabolism simply means the rate at which your cells turn over, and what that influences is how you digest your food and how quickly you do that, and that is ruled by something called the thyroid, which is a butterfly organ that's here, in your throat. Now that's the first part. The second part is that your digestive system, so you've got your esophagus and then you've got your stomach, and then it feeds into your small intestine and your large intestine, which help you to absorb your nutrients and break them down, your food down further. So we're just going to be talking about the top half. Now, when you're wanting to optimize digestion, and we are looking at your ability to digest your food, we're looking at things like, what are the current symptoms that you're getting? So if you're getting things like reflux, indigestion, bloating and fermentation, distension, which is where your belly pushes out and looks like you're 5 months pregnant, a lot of gas, so burping, farting, smelly flatulence, and changes in your bowels, so changes in your stools. What that can indicate is that you have a deficiency or a higher requirement for digestive enzymes and hydrochloric acid. So what they essentially are is that when you eat a food, so say you took an apple and you ate it, and first point of call is to chew the apple, you would think. But actually what starts the digestive process is smelling that apple, looking at that apple, and really already my saliva is starting to produce just thinking about it. But when you smell the food and you really look at it and you're present with it, your body gets prepared to receive that food. So if I came up to you and I punched you in the face, you would be pretty shocked, right? And you wouldn't be prepared. Now, the body works the same way, or your digestive system in your stomach works the same way. If you just hoover down some food, it's like punching your gut in the face. Your food ends up going into a dry environment, and it hasn't relaxed the muscles, created the saliva and the digestive enzymes to receive and break down that food properly. So what ends up happening is you do get bloated, a bit of indigestion, a bit of reflux, and sore tummy, because you're putting the food into a dry environment, and that's ouch. So what we want to do is look at that aspect and how to optimize it, and the easiest way is to get really present with your food when you're eating it. So don't eat on the run, don't eat at your desk, try and sit there, look at it, be grateful, wonder who grew the produce, just get really curious about, I've got a fly friend, get curious about your food and where it came from, and that will get you really present with it. So that's a wonderful way to start off. And then chewing your food properly. So when you chew your food, it bursts the cells of the food open, and in your saliva you've got an enzyme called amylase, AMYLASE. So amylase helps your body to start to digest carbohydrates in particular. Now, amylase is in the saliva of your mouth, so it's important that you chew your smoothies, chew your soup, anything that's liquid, you should be swishing it around your mouth to mix that saliva in with it, so that you're adequately putting that amylase in with your carbohydrates so it can do the work for you, So really chewing your food 20 to 30 times per bite, which sounds like a lot, but do it. Your digestive system will thank you. And so what that ends up doing is it really breaks that food down into mush, so that when you swallow it and goes down your esophagus it drips into your stomach, and your stomach works like a big washing machine. So you've got your stomach here, yeah, and next to your stomach is your liver and your gallbladder. Now your liver produces bile, stores it in your gallbladder, and when you consume a really fatty meal, the gallbladder will spurt the bile into your stomach or the washing machine to mix with the food and emulsify it. So if you ever wash a really greasy dish and you use the dishwashing detergent or the washing detergent and it gets rid of the grease, that's called emulsifying. It breaks that down. So that's what your bile does. It works as that emulsifier. So the bile goes into the stomach, and then the stomach goes like whoosh, 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 and mixes with all the food to help emulsify and break it down further, and then it will drip it into your small intestine and further down your digestive system. Now, part of that process as well is your hydrochloric acid. So if you look at your stomach like that washing machine or like a big cauldron, and the cauldron has these witches around it, yeah, and they're like popping food into the cauldron, and usually if you've seen like movies like that, what happens is the whatever they pop in there burns really quickly and it dissipates into the liquid, and it's like bubbling hot. So that liquid represents your hydrochloric acid, and it's an acid that helps you to break your food down. Now, that's what should be happening. If we are stressed or we are using our magnesium, zinc, and vitamin C, which create that hydrochloric acid, we're using that too much for other things in the body, then what can happen is that liquid in the cauldron goes lukewarm. So when you put protein in there, it just kind of like sits there and ferments. It's not hot and bubbling enough for it to burn through it. Because if you're putting large particles of food into your small intestine and your large intestine, then that's going to create issues. Your body has to do more work. So I often say the more work you do up here, the less work you do down below in your gut, yeah? So that's why chewing is so important, and being really mindful with your food. Because if you're not, then you'll miss bits and large particles of food will go into your digestive system, and then you'll pay for it later. So best case scenario, just chew your food properly and be really mindful with it. So we've got a couple of enzymes that help to digest our food. So we've got the hydrochloric acid, and that's really important, and that's reduced when we're stressed, yeah, or we're on the go all the time. I just like to say on, yeah. So stress is often like associated with a negative connotation, but if you're running around all day and you're happy, that's still stressed, and your digestive system is still like not ready for food. So you're simply on. And when you're off or you're relaxed and chilled, that's when the blood pulls more to the center of your body to enable that digestion to occur and to carry those nutrients and energy to those systems to help you break it down. So when you've got, looking at your enzymes, you've got your amylase for your carbohydrates, your protease for your protein, and your lipase for your lipids or fat. So those have to be all revving and primed in order for you to break them down. And they work like Pac-Man, if you've ever seen or played that game when you're a kid. And they just kind of like go around the body and they like break those macronutrients down. So they are really important. The reason why you might not be producing enough enzymes is that you are stressed. There are a lot of other reasons, but mainly you're stressed. If you're stressed, then that will reduce your capacity to produce these enzymes and hydrochloric acid, because your nutrients and your protein are being prioritized for different areas. Enzymes are made from protein. So we need to have enough protein in our body, but in our diet, but also we need to have the digestive capacity to absorb that protein, to break it down. So if your hydrochloric acid isn't revving and you eat protein, but you're not able to break it down and absorb it and create amino acids from there to then create your enzymes, then it's a cyclical issue. So there's lots of different reasons why you might not be producing enough enzymes and hydrochloric acid, but the main one is stress. So looking at some stress management techniques can be really, really helpful there. So that's it. I hope you liked it. Give me a like and a thumbs up and subscribe to hear more. If you've got any questions or comments, please pop them below. I'm Jenna Poole, clinical nutritionist, and I hope you have a happy day. Bye.